Guys, it's me, MTG Angel, and I wanted to talk to some of the Magic boomers, the old squadron of people, the old guard who grew up with Magic the Gathering revised and were able to actually purchase, they had a chance that they could purchase the original Black Lotus beta or alpha for maybe 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, even though right now, let's say like pretty much pack fresh. Where nowadays, even just getting something similar to that is going to cost you several hundred thousands. I want to talk to you guys about the current state of not only Magic the Gathering. Maybe there's some Pokemon people who feel similarly on the similar metrics that I'm about to discuss. Maybe there's some other card games or whatever it is. But first, let me know what you think about Universes Beyond and some of the modern Magic the Gathering cards, maybe some of these chase hits. Let me know what you think, and maybe pause the video and just leave that comment, and maybe what I say might change the way you're seeing it. It may not, and that's completely fine. And my idea is not to change your thoughts, it's more of to maybe alleviate some of the pain that you might be having with the state of Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, modern TCGs. So sit back and relax and kind of hear me out on this. I believe that Universes Beyond sets are quite amazing. Yes, I think they're amazing. Now, yes, I got into Magic the Gathering around when Journey to Nyx launched. That was my first real exposure to Magic. I think I might have played it a little before, but nothing really too serious. My original card games when I grew up was Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. Those are my big two. World of Warcraft card game. I played a little bit of, different card games here and there. I had some of the Digimon card game. I had some of the Full Metal Alchemist card game. Some of Neopets. Neopets had a card game. I was collecting a little bit of that. So Magic the Gathering came a little later, and I only dibbled into it with Journey to Nyx. So yes, I didn't have the same experiences as some of the people who kind of know the entire course of Magic. And then even then, I came out of it and came back in only just recently with Phyrexia. And so that kind of skews my perspective, where I don't feel as sour and bitter towards some of the current decisions that the company's been making. And I'm not here to say that your IP is not ruined, because I can see that it is ruined. A lot of people, the Magic the Gathering they knew is completely bastardized, to say it almost as bluntly as possible, bastardized. And not only that, but the company has just made some very interesting decisions. It feels like the culture of the game is leaning towards more of like a liberal left-leaning political ideology of all of those things, and a lot of people don't like that. I picked up Magic the Gathering cards from a couple people. I bought some collections, and one guy I was sitting with, he was awesome. I was just talking to him, but he had some of the controversial cards, which I'm also interested in those cards, just to collect. And I mean, hey, look at me. What other reason does someone like me have to be after something like Invoke Prejudice? A very controversial card, but it's not only part of Magic the Gathering's history, but it's an interesting, unique part of the story. It's an interesting part of the history of not only just Magic the Gathering, but Americans. Something like Invoke Prejudice and Crusade was okay when they were made. It was fine. Sure, some people looked at it and went like, oh, what the heck? And then some younger people even saw it and they're like, yo, this is crazy, this is racist. And if you're a younger male, most of you guys know when we're younger, we're a little rowdy, we're a little, let's say, controversial, racist. That's just it's in the male gene. Something about us when we're growing up as boys, we're kicking rocks and throwing stones, and we're horny, but we're confused, and we're being a little controversial and racist. Maybe we're insulting people. Now, it's the stuff that you go out of, but I guess my point is, some of the older Magic the Gathering was a lot of that energy. It might have been you when you were in that state, when you were even maybe in your 20s, in your mid-20s, maybe in your mid-teens. You might have been a completely different person, where you see Invoke Prejudice, and it's not really, so yes, it is a racial thing. And when you're younger, you might even make racial jokes, but it doesn't mean that you hate the target of your jokes. It's kind of just how it is, right? Like, it's like when you call your friend stupid. You might even think he's stupid, but it doesn't mean that you don't care for him, or you're not looking out for him, or you don't love him. It's, hey, we're people. We like to be a little rowdy a little bit. You know, even people nowadays are still just equally as rowdy. So, my point is, Magic the Gathering, when some people know it, not only was a different time socially, but it was a different focus. It was a different game. It was like an experimental game. It was experimenting with some of these themes. A lot of the IPs that Universes Beyond is even referencing were in their infancies, or never even was created yet. Or maybe it was just, it was still on the run-up, it was still on the climb, it was still being dabbled, but it wasn't as culturally accepted, wasn't widely accepted, or it wasn't as integrated. It didn't prove the test of time. And so, fast forward to now, you look back on its history, and you used to get stuff that was awesome, all these cards that were just gritty, and this artwork that was just rustic and mythical and all that. And, even when they went to the Planeswalker area, into stuff like Chandra and Planeswalkers and badass ladies and, gods of fire, Planeswalker lady of God of fire or God of death lady, yes, all of that is cool. But things have changed. If you can forget all of that, if you can just put that to the side for a moment, look at each set independently. The thing is, Magic the Gathering is made by a company that if they want to make a card game, the best thing they can use is the Magic the Gathering IP. It's just how it is. The game is fleshed out. I mean, and someone who's even playing Riftbound or some of these newer games, maybe you got into One Piece or Gundam, you kind of know this. As the game comes out and is kind of being unfolded, it takes a while for some of these cards to really come out and actually these power levels and these cards to have synergies and mesh together. It's not that easy to have a new card game. And so, let's say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wants to come out with a card game. They're not going to make their own. It's not going to stand on its own two legs. It would never survive. Same for Final Fantasy. They tried making a card game. It did not survive. No one plays the Final Fantasy card game. You have all of these universes beyond that. Lord of the Rings, Spider-Man, Marvel, even those. Like, yes, they could go through Lorcana, but even Lorcana, as wide, as big as it is, it's struggling to find its feet. So, if you can honestly put aside some of the original stuff and understand that if a company wants to make a card game with their IP, they want cards under this, they want collectible products that people actually want, they're going to have to funnel it through Magic the Gathering. Okay, that's a given. Most people can accept that. But they also say, I still don't have to like it, and that's true. But another thing is, just isolate that and look at it in a vacuum. If you like the set, if you like some of the cards, some of the art, just accept it for that. I think another problem with Magic the Gathering having such a long-running history, so much deep, rich lore, not even just in some of the original sets like Beta, Alpha, but also stuff like Mirrodin. You've got stuff like Scars of Alar. You've got all sorts of stuff. You've got different sets and different themes and different energies and different all sorts of lore and history, power levels. And if you link them all together, we got years of Magic, and it's never going to work the way that you're almost feeling like it should. So that's why I'm saying take a step back. Just try your best to take a step back. It's not that the company should be excused for any of their actions, but it's more of like, you might be missing out on something that you could enjoy. I'm not saying you have to enjoy it, but you may be missing out on something that you could. You could be enjoying, especially if it's an IP that you like. For instance, Fallout. When Fallout came out, some people didn't like the fact that Fallout was being put in Magic the Gathering. Even some Fallout fans, and that's perfectly fine. But me, I isolated it. I said, hey, I love Fallout. I'm going to pick up some Fallout and hold on to it. Maybe I want to play with it. Get a set of Fallout Commander decks and just play. You got Caesar going up against Dogmeat. I mean, it's a little wacky and wild, but it works with Magic the Gathering, and all the Magic the Gathering synergies can work together. It's like, let's say they made their own Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card game. You would never be able to play those cards in a proper game like Magic the Gathering. If you want someone to play, they're going to have to come to you as a Magic the Gathering fan in the Magic the Gathering world. So the company's monetizing it. It's not a good or bad thing. It just is what it is. And the thing I don't want you to miss out on, FOMO, I know, fear of missing out, this is how it is, right? We don't have forever to enjoy these products as they're new, as they're coming out, as they're cheap, as they're accessible, and as you could just go to Target, pick up a pack, and crack open something like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is not my thing. I didn't really grow up with it. I've known about it my whole life, but even when I was younger, I was like, it's not me. But it's not like that for everyone. And so, honestly, not even for a financial standpoint, if you're someone who loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, consider picking up a box. Maybe it's a play booster box. Maybe it's just one booster pack. Maybe it is just for nostalgia. Maybe it is. But consider it, because some of these sets are actually really well made. Some of it is really fun. Some of it is awesome. I had a blast when I was playing the Final Fantasy. And I was never really that into Final Fantasy. It was never really my game. But I had so much fun playing. And so I picked up a case because partially it was financial. The other part of me is like, it was just fun. It was enjoyable. In isolation, in draft, and as the game, it's gonna look crazy. The hodgepodge of everything Magic the Gathering, it's gonna look crazy. Sure, the amalgamation kind of made sense for a while, but nowadays it looks absolutely insane because you got, especially with Universes Beyond coming out, it's just so different. And really just try your best to take a step back from your own pride and sense of history and maybe some of the nostalgia that you had for the original Magic the Gathering. And look at some of these products that are coming out and say, is there any cards here that I think look cool? Is there any cards here that I think look fun? Is there anything that I actually, that maybe the art draws to you? Maybe something like just as simple as the art. Or maybe you don't like it and intentionally want to get it for the memes. For instance, like a little contrarian Aftermath type of thing. I liked Aftermath mostly as a contrarian type of thing because everyone didn't like it, and that kind of appealed to me. I'm like, I'm getting the set that no one likes at a huge discount. This is awesome. Especially because that was around when I was first starting my selling journey, and I heard that if you pulled a Nissa, you broke even on the box, and hey, I was pulling a lot of Nissas. A lot of those boxes were not only free after selling the Nissa, but I got other hits. Over the years, some of those hits had gone crazy in value just as well, just like Nissa. So, really, the whole point I'm making is I understand the narratives that are going around online, and they're not wrong. Every analysis of the current state of Magic the Gathering is accurate. I just think that the perspectives that are being taken, the focus. Because, for instance, you could live every day and you can focus on all the negative things that happened. You can do that every single day of your life. Now, will you be wrong? No, everything that you're saying is correct. All those negative things did happen. But is that really how you want to focus on things? Is it really? It's like if you played a game of Magic the Gathering and you only thought about all the negative times or the times that you got damaged, and you ignored every time that you had a cool interaction. You're just like, no, all these bad things happened, and I got targeted here, and this bad thing happened. Like, you could do that. You really could, and I couldn't stop you. But what I'm telling you is, there's another you that doesn't do that. There's another you that focuses entirely on, you know what, let me just see this product as it is. It's a little silly, putting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the game. Or maybe you're like, hey, I'm investing in it, and maybe somewhere down the line they make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 because of whatever reason, or maybe they don't, and they just have some other set where, there's a lot of turtle and ninja synergies, and now these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards are coming up, and good thing I had a box, or, a play box, or a collector box, or maybe a commander deck. Let me open this up and actually pair some of these synergies in, and now I have my cards for cheap. And that's how you should be enjoying the hobby anyways. As this stuff ages, it goes up crazy in price. Historically. And if you're someone who's just been collecting through the history, I could bet if there was someone who was playing Magic the Gathering and every time a box came out, you bought 3 and kept 1. Maybe you even bought 6 and kept 1. So you're opening 5 of boxes and you're keeping 1. For every single set, every single SKU, every single product, you would fast forward to today, I bet you actually have made a crap ton of money. Because some of these sets have gone completely parabolic, where, like for instance, Lord of the Rings Special. If you were someone who was just buying every set, 1 of every box, or the 6-in-1, that one Lord of the Rings Special box paid for 10 or 15 now. That's like, let's say you were doing the thing that you were buying 6 and opening or keeping 1, so you're opening 5. Well, that one purchase could cover like another 9 other boxes of collector boxes. So yeah, like it's like this stuff is good. It's a fun game, and that's not even factoring in what cards you might pull out of this. It's not factoring in what things might have appreciated that you've collected, and I'm not even including the fact that some of these secret layers have gone completely parabolic. So that's really it, guys. Like just take a step back and consider. Maybe here's another thing. Maybe you're getting old. I don't mean to poke too much fun or attack. I know sometimes videos like this, especially if you are like directly attacking someone, it's not going to be fun to listen to because my brain wouldn't like someone attacking me over anything that maybe I can't control, or maybe it is what it is, and now you got some dude on the internet that's just like chewing you out for it. Like for instance saying like anyone who has dark skin shouldn't play Magic the Gathering and here's the reasons why. And maybe they're actually right, like all the reasons are fair, but me listening, I might be like what the, don't say that about me. How dare this person say that? That's not true. So that's all I think. Let me know what you think. If you stuck it this far, give me a subscription, give me a like. Hey, you just stuck through a long video of some random dude that you maybe have never heard, or maybe you've only heard a couple of my videos just ramble about Universes Beyond and kind of crapping on some of the nostalgia feelings that conflict with some of the modern aged bullshit that's happening with modern collectibles. So yeah, just let me know what you think, and let me know maybe it changes your mind and has you pick up a box of something. And maybe if it does that and you somehow find this video even further out in the future, let me know how that product did. Let me know if it made you some money. If you bought 1, bought 2, opened 1, sold 1. Sorry, yeah. Bought 2, opened 1, held 1. And let me know how the investment's holding up. Doesn't have to be a collector box. Could be a play box. Could be a commander deck. Could be a booster pack. Could be a bundle. Jump start. A single secret layer. Let me know, guys. It's a beautiful day. It's always a beautiful day when things are working out and the hobby that you like funds your lifestyle. It funds chicken dinners, maybe beef dinners, pork belly, beef belly dinners from high quality restaurants in Los Angeles. It funds those. Los Angeles City Dining Room. It's a crazy hobby to have.